Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm out at the range with my B&T APC-9. This little pistol right here, you've probably seen before if you follow me on Instagram. It's a 9mm handgun made in Switzerland that is available on the US market. Kind of hard to find, but it has an MSRP of $2,200, so it's not inexpensive. Is it worth it? Well, worth is a subjective term. To me, is it worth it? Absolutely, because the APC-9 is an absolutely beautifully made Swiss product. I carry a Swiss handgun. I love my Chris SDP. Their penchant for quality is just through the roof. Oh yeah, and I should probably also mention, it's not a handgun anymore. It's now a rifle because I got my Form 1 back. I've had this thing for several months. You've seen the pictures on Instagram. I was waiting to do the video until I got my Form 1 back so I could shoot it as it was meant to be shot. Sadly, because of stupid US laws, I can't make it into a machine gun. But that's fine with me. I like it as an SBR. The gun does have that $2,200 MSRP, but again, the quality of this thing is through the roof. It's just, everybody that sees it is just blown away by how silky smooth the bolt is. When you look inside, which we'll do here shortly, the quality of machining and craftsmanship is just unbelievable. It's almost too much for a submachine gun, but the shooting experience is just awesome. The gun does have a polymer lower and the polymer side folding stock. If you do buy the pistol, you can buy the stock for it as well. Dropping the stock on is very easy to do. You just take one pin out, take the block off that's keeping you from putting the stock on, and boom, you can put the stock on the rifle with that Form 1. The barrel does have a tri-lug system on it, very similar to what you would find on H&K type firearms like the MP5. And keep in mind that B&T and H&K work very closely together. As a matter of fact, you'll find B&T stocks being used on MP5Ks and MP5s, and B&T has made parts for H&K in the past. I discovered, because my local gun shop, Blythe Sports in Valparaiso, Indiana, had a TP9 magazine hanging on the wall, and I thought, man, that looks an awful lot like my APC-9 magazine. I went and picked it up, stuck it in the gun. Lo and behold, it worked. So it appears the two guns use the same magazine. I do have an aim point T1 micro on top of the gun here with a quick release mechanism. I'm gonna do a little bit of shooting with the gun here really quick. It does have a reciprocating charging handle, so you just have a bolt sticking out here. It's much like a SCAR. Charge it, pull it to the rear and let it go. Safety lever, it's on safe right now. Flipping it down, we'll put it on fire. It does have complete ambi controls, and this is my Savvy Sniper sling that's getting in the way here. So you'll notice the ambi controls, both the bolt release here and the magazine release here, are found on both sides of the gun. Bolt release, magazine release, and again the selector lever. The trigger on this thing is outstanding. It's a really smooth shooting trigger, or a very smooth feeling trigger, making it a very smooth shooting gun. I'm gonna pop a few targets out there at about 50 yards here really quick. And it does lock open on the last shot fired. Drop the magazine out, you just hit this little button right here, drops the magazine out, and because it has that tri-lug barrel system, I can take my Silencer Co. Octane 9 with the 3-lug adapter on it, stick it right on the gun, lock it into place, grab another magazine, insert, hit the bolt, release right here. The gun's ready to go again. Uh-oh. Big problem. I don't need these anymore. This is supersonic ammunition, so it is breaking the sound barrier, so it's going to sound a little bit loud to you guys, but it's perfectly hearing safe for me as a shooter. And it locks open. What a great little gun. Let's take it apart, take a look inside, and let me show you a little bit about that Swiss engineering and manufacturing. I'm going to take the APC-9 apart here really quick for you guys and show you what it looks like on the inside. One thing I want to point out though really quick, I think I forgot to mention, is the gun does have backup sights built in that fold up. These things are plastic, and really, really flimsy. It's kind of surprising on a gun of such high quality that they put these on here. It's almost like they're an afterthought. They're true backup sights in every sense of the word. But I'm a firm believer if you have a good optic like an Aimpoint T1 Micro or H1, chances of the sight failing, you're more likely to get struck by lightning. Okay, so to clear the gun, I'm going to go ahead and check the chamber, make sure that it's empty. There's no magazine inserted. You have 2 push pins, one in the rear, one in the front. I'm going to go ahead and pop the pins out. Sometimes you need to use the tip of a bullet. The gun fits very tightly together. I don't like using manuals. I like to try to figure things out on my own. So the first time I took this gun apart, I finally had to resort to the manual. And the whole reason why I couldn't figure out how to get it apart is because it was fit so tightly and so precisely that that I couldn't even see the seam of the part I was trying to get off, which was the end cap. Okay, so once you have these 2 captive pins pulled out, the trigger mechanism, magazine well comes off. All polymer. You can see inside. And again, it has a really, really nice trigger. Probably one of the nicest triggers I've ever felt on a sub-calibered carbine. To take the stock off, or the end cap, this is where I ran into problems. It's so precisely fit, I was like, this has to come off, but it didn't just pop off. I'm like pushing and pulling and looking, and finally got the manual open. And all you have to do really is just give it a bit of a whap, because it fits so tightly and so precisely that, you know, it just has no wiggle to it whatsoever. All right, and then on the rear of it, you'll notice this buffer system. So you have a recoil spring that controls the recoil of the bolt coming back all the way until the bolt hits here, and then you have this extra pressure to decelerate the bolt so it doesn't come to an abrupt stop. Taking a look at the quality and the machining of this thing, I mean, it really is like a Swiss watch, and you'll see that more so when we get inside the bolt here. So the bolt rides inside the carrier. It's a straight blowback design. Recoil spring comes out just like that. Pretty conventional in design. You do have the charging handle and a takedown notch right here, so you're just going to pull the charging handle back until you hit the takedown notch. Pull the pin out, and now the bolt carrier, or the bolt, just slides right out. Now it is a little bit dirty because I've been shooting it and I haven't wiped it down for a while, but the quality on this thing is just unbelievable. It's covered in carbon, but when you see this thing when it's new, all the right angles are just so precise and so spot on. It's just unbelievable, which makes it feel like it's riding on ball bearings inside the receiver. You can see inside, it's very thick, very precisely machined. It's not extruded. This all looks machined. And again, the bolt, when it fits inside, I mean, look at that, how slowly it slides out. It's that precise. But I've never had a single malfunction with it either. All right, so I just put the bolt back in, slides forward. We take the recoil spring, stick it back in just like that. Take my stock or butt cap, depending on what you have, slide it in, push it forward, and then pop it down. You'll know you have it far enough down when the pin holds the line. And you just take your lower, slide it up and pin it back into place. And of course I forgot to put the charging handle in. Why is it with every gun, SCAR included, I always do that? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bullet, take it apart, find my charging handle, and put it back in the gun. So you get to see it taken apart twice. And I'm not gonna edit this out because I want you guys to see what a goofball I am. I constantly do crazy things like this. This would normally be saved for a blooper reel, but I don't do blooper reels. All right, so draw your bolt to the rear, to the takedown. Find your, got a black mark on my pants. Wife's gonna love me for that. Put your charging handle back in. Should just pop in. Oh, you know what? You gotta make sure that the spring's not in there because the spring actually holds that charging handle in. Then it'll pop right in. Then push your spring forward. It holds it in place just in case. All right, I'm gonna put my stock back on. Slide that forward. Pop it down. There we go. I think I got it back together right this time. All right, so now I have the charging handle on the right-hand side, so it is reversible. When we started the video, we had it over here. Now it's on this side, so you can run it like an AK if you want, or you can put it on the other side. I know what you guys are asking yourselves. How does it hip fire, 80s action movie style? Well, let's find out. So we saw what the Uzi could do, we saw what the Tommy gun can do. Let's see what this bad boy can do. It's, what's a good Arnold line? Dave, what's a good Arnold line? I already did It's Not a Tumor. I already said, what's another one?
I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll do I'll be back. Okay. You guys already said my Arnold's horrible, and I think you're right. I'll be back. Holy cow. Two things just happened. I hit it on the first shot, hip firing, and I caused a malfunction. I don't know what caused that. All right, maybe that's that, I don't know, that might not be the, that might be the TP9 magazine. Let's try it here real quick. All right, maybe I hit the charging handle. All right, here we go. I'll be back. Did I bring another magazine? Here's one over here. All right. I'm back. All right. Yeah, I think I hit the charging handle. I hit it close, and I probably hit it with my wrist and caused that malfunction. That's a lot of fun. This thing is actually really, really small. I mean, look at the stock folded. If you had a shoulder rig for this thing, you could actually hide it pretty well. Use this daily carry. At least I could here in Indiana. Boy, what a beautiful little gun. It does have the pick rails on the side. This comes from the factory like that. Have the pick rail that goes all the way across the top. On the side, you can kind of see some of the markings. See that Swiss symbol, the B&T manufacturer in Switzerland. Again, the polymer finish and the metal finish is so close, you can't even really tell them apart. It looks like it's all metal. The hinge is really solid. You can see how the locking mechanism works, right? So it only folds to the right-hand side of the gun. I have a little bit of paracord here, a sling attachment point there. I had to put a Magpul sling attachment point here in the front because there really isn't anywhere, unless you want to clip it through here and really goof up your finish, to attach that HK style hook on the Savvy Sniper sling. But in the rear, look at all these attachment points. So if you want to single point it, you can attach it all over the place. I prefer it here because when I fold my stock, if I'm single pointing it, I don't want to have my sling attachment point swing around to the side either. But yeah, she's just a beautiful, beautiful gun. All the controls are really smooth. Dropping the magazine out, putting the magazine in, bolt release. Yep, she's a beauty. I think Dave and I are both in agreement. This is a fun little gun to shoot. It's so small and handy. You do want to be careful though when you're holding it, because with me and my stupid 8 fingers, it'd be real easy to hold this thing too far forward and get my muzzle, or get my thumb up there by the muzzle. But if I shoot it back here like this and keep my hand away from that reciprocating charging handle, kind of use this Magpul thing as an index point, this is a handy little rifle to use. When we put a suppressor on it, as you guys know, I love to suppress everything. This is going to sound weird coming from me, Mr. Suppressor, but I almost enjoy shooting this thing more without the suppressor, simply because it kind of doubles the size of the gun. This thing is so much fun to shoot like this that, I don't know, that's like the perfect little truck gun. You can see how I have the Savvy Sniper sling set up here. All right, so I can tighten it up, carry it like that. I can swing it around, put it behind my back, move it over to the side, and go to my pistol. All that cool stuff. I'm not going to do it because my microphone's right there, and when I hit it with the sling, it makes a lot of noise you guys don't like. But give it some slack so I can shoot it. And do a little bit more shooting here at this little guy. Can't hit that one on the right. There we go. Yeah, so I'm still trying to get used to which button to push. A little while ago, put the magazine in and went to drop the bolt by pushing this button, but hit this one and dropped my magazine out. Definitely a training issue. What a great little gun to shoot. Gosh, this is one of the ones I've been waiting the longest for to get the paperwork back. This is the one I've really wanted to SBR. What a fun little gun. I hope you guys enjoyed coming out to the range with me and shooting my B&T APC-9 for the first time as an SBR. I did sight it in up at the gun shop right after I got the paperwork back and I put the stock on it, but this is its first range session as an SBR. I've shot it several times as a pistol. The thing just runs like a champ. We had that one malfunction. That was user error. I think I caused that one. But the gun has otherwise never had a malfunction. It is very expensive, $2,200. Is it worth it? Well, to me, yes, because I love military firearms, and this certainly falls into that category. I will say that about the only thing I can find at fault with this little guy are these really cheap plastic sights, which aren't even adjustable for windage or elevation. If you guys really if you have one of these and you really need backup sights that you feel you do anyway, I would pick up some Aimpoint Pros or something like that and stick them on here. Me, I'm just going to leave it with the red dot because I really don't think I'll ever have to worry about this failing on me. If it does, oh well, I'll just hip fire because apparently I can do that quite well. All I got to do is throw out a corny Arnold Schwarzenegger line and hit the target when I aim at it from the hip. Yeah, anyway. If you guys can think of some funny 80s lines or movies, put them in the comments section down below. Maybe I'll use them in future videos. I got a whole bunch of other 80s guns to do. This isn't an 80s gun, but I got a bunch of other videos I want to do that I think you guys will enjoy. If you guys have any questions about the APC-9, of course, you can ask those questions down below. I usually stick around for a couple of days after the videos go live and answer those questions. Also, if you'd like to support the Military Arms channel, swing by Copper Custom and pick up a Mac patch. It's $3.99 and it really does help out. And of course, always check out full30.com. That's full30.com. We have all the web's best firearms content creators all under that one roof, which is full30.com. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys soon.